Zeno was thrilled to start his first day as an air traffic controller, eager to prove himself despite being the youngest on the team. The senior staff welcomed him warmly, giving him a tour of the equipment and responsibilities. Initially, everything seemed routine, with planes taking off and landing smoothly. Zeno couldn't believe he was living his dream. However, during a quieter moment in the tower when most of his colleagues were on break, something unexpected happened that tested Zeno's resolve. A plane on Zeno's radar started behaving erratically, deviating from its flight path in a way he had never seen before. Attempts to contact the aircraft failed, as it was on a different frequency. The situation left Zeno panicked and uncertain about whether to raise an alarm. As he deliberated, the plane disappeared entirely from the radar, leaving him to grapple with the decision to speak up and risk embarrassment or stay silent and potentially jeopardize lives. When his colleagues returned, Zeno explained the situation, fearing reprimand but prioritizing safety. To his relief, they took his concerns seriously and began investigating the rogue plane's disappearance. Suddenly, the plane reappeared, still flying erratically. Matters escalated when it veered dangerously close to a commercial aircraft, forcing Zeno to make a split-second decision. Just as a collision seemed imminent, the rogue plane abruptly changed direction, avoiding disaster by mere seconds. The team decided to involve the Air Force to intercept the rogue plane. A fighter jet was dispatched, and tension filled the air traffic control station as everyone monitored the unfolding situation. Despite the jet's attempts, there was no response from the mysterious plane. The erratic flight pattern seemed deliberate, leading Zeno and his colleagues to suspect hijacking. All the while, the rogue pilot refused to communicate, heightening the mystery. As the fighter jet tried to establish control, Zeno deduced that the pilot could hear their communication but was deliberately ignoring them. The plane's strange behavior above 28,000 feet, where autopilot is typically engaged, raised further suspicions. The situation left Zeno and his colleagues feeling powerless and uneasy, bracing for the next turn in this tense and dangerous mystery. A sudden deviation in a plane's route caused alarm among air traffic controllers, as the pilot failed to respond to any communication attempts. With no passengers on board, the situation quickly escalated, prompting the team to involve the military to ensure public safety. Fighter jets were dispatched to intercept the rogue plane, but their efforts to reroute it were unsuccessful. Amid the tension, Zeno, a new air traffic controller, heard a desperate plea over the radio, shifting the situation's tone entirely. The voice on the radio begged Zeno to prevent the military from shooting down the plane. Zeno reported the message to Rob, an experienced controller, who immediately acted to halt the jets. Despite their initial resistance, Rob's persistence convinced the military to stand down. Investigating further, Rob discovered the pilot's identity and realized that the erratic flight path was not due to hijacking but an elaborate and reckless prank by John, a colleague nearing retirement. John's prank was meant as a playful farewell gesture, using the plane to draw patterns in the sky. However, the plan backfired, escalating into a full-scale emergency involving police and military intervention. Upon landing, John was met with furious coworkers, police, and an unamused co-pilot, who had been unaware of the prank. The authorities detained John briefly, but released him after determining the intent behind his actions. Despite avoiding jail, John faced significant consequences, including a fine and community service. His friendship with Rob remained intact, though Rob was unimpressed by John's stunt. The incident highlighted John's disregard for safety and the unintended chaos his prank caused, turning his farewell into a lesson on responsibility. For Zeno, the ordeal marked a baptism by fire. His first day on the job became an unforgettable experience, blending danger, quick decisions, and personal growth. The event, though chaotic, gave him a unique perspective on the challenges and unpredictability of air traffic control.